Hey guys, welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians.
Today's song is a request. It's actually a follow-up request from one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. If you guys remember, we had a request to do Layla by Eric Clapton a few days ago, which we already posted the video. We can put a link for you guys if you want to go check it out. That was from Alan, and he sent us another request, a follow-up to that request. It's another Clapton. It's Wonderful Tonight, which I already heard this song, but he gave us some backstory about it, which I kind of knew the backstory about this song, but I did not know that there is a relation between this song and Layla that we listened to, because if you remember, we looked it up a little bit toward the end of the video, and we figured that is from a one-sided love that he couldn't get, and he was very frustrated. And I didn't know that that girl became his wife a few years later, Pattie Boyd. And I knew that he wrote this song about his then wife, about when she was getting ready at home to go out together, and then he was waiting for her. So I knew that, but I did not know the relation that between that and that is the same girl that finally becomes his wife. So he finally gets what he wanted, which is good. Yeah, so that's why he sent us a follow-up for us to do this one, and he sent us a link for an official live video. So it's gonna be very fun. Even though I heard this song, I don't think you have, or you might recognize some of maybe the guitar solos.
No.
It's a very romantic song, obviously, but I enjoy it every time I listen to it. So I thought it would be fun to kind of have the follow-up to that song, and kind of have our little story of following them along, even though they get divorced years after that. So so yeah, that's about it.
I didn't want to know that, but okay.
Yeah, so let's just forget that little part of it, but
let's put a pin on it, and then at the end we will think about it later.
Yeah, we're just gonna think about this beautiful moment that he's talking about. And I don't think I've ever watched the live version of it, so it's gonna be a little bit new for me. I've listened to the studio version quite a few times, actually. So here we go.
Late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. She'll put on her makeup and brushes her long blonde hair, and then she'll ask me, do I look all black? And I'll say yes.
I know they just started it. I'm not gonna pause after each verse, but to make up for that last video that I forgot to mention the bass line, I just wanna take my stand back at being the person who does that. I just wanted to mention that. That's honestly all the reason that I paused it. But I also was gonna say that this probably is a song that is one of the most well arranged songs in terms of I don't know, being simple and complex at the same time, having a little bit enough of everything. Basically, there's just a little bit of guitar responses. I mean, we gotta listen to more of it, but just how it's minimal but not too minimal at the same time. So I think that's why it just makes it so timeless, in my opinion. But obviously we gotta listen more to it.
And I think until now, the word that I can describe this until now perfectly is romantic. It was just, the guitar solo, everything was really it wasn't flirty or sweet or something. It was the meaning of really romantic and so intimate.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, here we go to it.
You look wonderful tonight. You go to a party and everyone turns to see this beautiful lady that's walking around with me. And then she'll ask me, do you feel alright? And I'll say yes, I feel wonderful tonight. And I feel wonderful because I see the love light in your eyes. And the wonder of it all is that you just don't realize how much I love you.
I find it so beautiful that you take just one simple moment of the life that is just normal, you know, getting ready for a party, and you know, you turn it into a very important, like you get, I don't know, you get a camera and you zoom in this part of your life, and you say that life is just these moments, you know, and it's, you don't have to take it for granted, because it's really beautiful, and it's like it's nothing if you tell somebody, yeah, I got ready and we said that, yeah, it's normal, but if you feel it, you know, it's a kind of a, you know, the pure living, I don't know, being alive kind of feeling, and how beautifully he made this into the music, and you can really feel that intimateness and that romantic feeling between these two people, and in this very moment.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna talk about how I think, I mean, I know there are so many elements that help this song being as romantic as it is, like all the guitar melodies. Like, I was gonna talk about the fact that in that guitar solo, and even when he's kind of accompanying his voice, the guitar is also very, very lyrical and very like, not, he's not playing guitar to show off, even though he's like an amazing guitar player. So I think that also helps with the fact that he is just like purely like telling the story and telling his feelings. But I think the, as you said, the most important, the key element of the song is like capturing that moment, that simple moment that you might not think. And I feel like a lot of other romantic, quote unquote, songs or like stories that you hear, they are all like filled with like these huge gestures that I'm gonna, I don't know, like I'm gonna, like in Persian we have like like an expression that I'm gonna get on a, like a white unicorn or like a white horse, and I'm just gonna grab you, like kind of very like, I don't know, like those tales that you hear. And I think the idea of romance usually in the tales and stories are always tied with like these huge grand like gestures of like nobody can does it, and just unless you, and then you have to wait for that. So I like that this is not about that. And I think that's one of the, what even like in like newer songs you hear that huge like gestures of like, I want to do this or do that, I want to like end the world for you, or like, but I like that this is just like a very relatable moment. And I think that's what makes it like so timeless and so also relatable to anybody that hears this, just like the pure idea of romance that can exist, I think. Here we go to the next verse.
It's time to go home, and I've got an aching I'll give her the car key, and she'll help me to bed. And then I'll tell her, as I turn out the light, I say, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Oh, my darling, you were wonderful tonight. Katie Kissoon.
That little blast part was a little nice surprise. It was not in the studio version, so that was new to me.
I was going to ask if it's
No,
just for the live music
it
or
ends, it ends after he sings the last verse, and there's a little instrumental, and then the song ends, if I remember correctly. But I'm pretty sure that that part is not part of it. So that was such a nice surprise, and I think it kind of like matched with the vibe of the song. I loved. I mean, his guitar playing, even though this song did not have a lot of virtuosic moments, like a lot of like flashy moments, but you could still hear how great of a guitarist he is just in his one single note that he plays and the tone that he creates a lot. I think the more we listen to it, I think my ear is just learning to really, first of all, appreciate, but also really like distinguish if the guitar like player is really, really good. I think my ear is finally picking up on that, and you can really hear the tone of the guitar being so clear and so beautiful in just one single note, the amount of control that he has, even in this like more of a simplistic song. I mean, there's not a lot of like flashy moments or like fast passages in the song. And I also love that the role of the guitar in this song, even though it was more like in support role or like more in the accompaniment, it was still like had some beautiful like conversations with the with the both of the singers, especially at the end when she ended and then he started picking it up, and there was like a few seconds that they were all like both blending together before the guitar completely takes over. The last few seconds are so beautiful, like how, I don't know, it just builds up that beautiful bridges and transitions.
Exactly as you said, this is one quality that I always like when I see it in like violinist, because that's what I play and what I see the most, that I really envy when I see it in a person. I mean, I don't know how to say it, but when you listen to that person's playing, you can feel the time in their playing. Like you can, or I don't know, you can feel that the time is like just stopped, and you can feel it through their playing, even if it's one note or something. And it's something that I really experience so less when I play. I in some you know, some really special pieces that I really was comfortable with, or I really felt for them. But some people, when they play, you can really see that they are, you see that this is happening in this moment, and this moment is that is just matters, you know. You can feel that this is the time now, and every second that is going, you can feel it, and it's nothing rushed, nothing, you know, you're just living in the moment. And exactly as you said, you could really feel with even one note that he was playing, that you could feel the time that's passing by. And I also have to say, as you said, exactly again in the last pause, I have a favorite podcast that I listened to like years ago, but sometimes from time to time I go back. It's about Erwin de Yalom and like existential psychology. Sadly or happily, it's in Persian, so I cannot advertise it, so I cannot say that go listen to it, but if I could, it's life-changing. And in one part, I remember, I don't know what specific name was the person giving to this moment, but the whole thing was that in any relationship, he was specifically talking about the I don't know, the parents with the children, or in children's life relationship, this, you know, big gestures that you think that, yeah, I did this for my children, and I did that, and I did so much sacrifices, so they really remember it. This doesn't stick with the children and doesn't make their personality, their personality and how they got stable and like got you know, a good background and a good mental I don't know, stability, or like a feeling of having a father or a mother, is this really small things, quality times that you spend with them. He was giving an example that in somebody's, like a girl's mind, was like one thing that you feel that build your childhood, and the sweetest thing of your childhood, what is that? And she was saying that the time that I don't know, went with my father to the sea, and we were playing or something, this really normal life really like life thing was that sticks to the children's life, and made it more like heavy, like a full experiment, and made their feel like they had a childhood or something. And also in their relationships, exactly as you said, like the big gestures are not the things that sticks and then hold the relationship together. And also when you break up with someone, or your relationship is ended, the things that the big things that somebody did for you, or you did together, like that, they are not the things that you think about or you miss about. The things that the very simple things, like everyday things that you don't even think that in that moment that it's such it matters, but it comes back to you exactly that like one moment or one quality time or one things that you did together, and it was, you know, like exactly this moment that he turned it into music, like this kind of stuff stick together and make it your life like heavy and like worth it.
Yeah, I think I should not say anything else after that philosophical note. I feel like anything that I say is gonna fall short compared to that. So I'm just gonna end the video here, okay, so that maybe you can have your own podcast and talk about that. That was like really, really philosophical and heavy. But I agree. But I don't want to like talk about anything else or go back to the music. I feel like that's so like, I don't know, just going back. But anyway, that was actually such, I don't know, like a pure pleasure to just watch this video and listen to it, even if you've heard this song so many times. So I'm happy that Alan forced us to to do this song on the channel, and now we have this video on the channel as a follow-up to the other Eric Clapton, so we can just go down the rabbit hole of Eric Clapton from here. A lot of people in our last video had commented for us to do Tears in Heaven, which, if you guys don't remember, that's what we said that we had recorded that in like when we first launched the channel, but we never posted it due to various reasons. And we can do that again if you guys want us to like react to that or any other Clapton songs. I really am interested in seeing his more like instrumental side or like guitar playing, because I also really enjoyed that other song that we listened to that was mostly like heavily instrumental. So either way, we can do Tears in Heaven next, or we can do some other songs if you guys have any other suggestions. But thank you, Alan, again for suggesting this song, and we hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and drop your comments below about this song. I know it's like full of memories for a lot of people as I was reading the comments under this video, so maybe you can share some of your memories about this song when you first heard it, or if it's your song with your partner. We would be so happy to read them and enjoy your memories as well. But don't forget to come back tomorrow for our next video. If you want to support us more, there's a buy me a coffee in the description. And thank you again. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.